This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 43 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Now Mostert. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. This is Mostert. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2nd down and 8. Mostert. And he'll take this one down near the 15. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I go right at him with another momentum play. Go quickly and attack him, because right now they'll probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
Mostert is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. Well, Charles, clearly they wanted to send a message there and impose their will. They score on their opening possession on a drive comprised entirely of rushing the football.
Message sent. I don't know that the team on the other side of the field wanted to receive it, but what a statement on their opening drive. Just run it all the way downfield, no passes. That absolutely sets the tone that they're going to be physical in this game.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up first and 10 at their own 27. Throwing now is Geno. Throw out wide to Walker. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Check 58. Talk about it.
To throw on second down is Smith. We'll get that to Charbonnet. And a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 15. First down, Seahawks.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
To the air again, Smith. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Down the sideline he goes. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3 and out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. DJ Dallas to return it from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
At their own 14-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. A credit the tackle to Brandon Jones.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here we go.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Now Smith. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. 2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Now Geno. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. And out route, and he's got the connection to Walker. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Smith will stay out there. The offense is going to go here on 4th down. In motion goes the tight end. They snap it to Smith. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Tua sets up to pass it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8. Here's Mostert. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. They'll try it now with Mostert. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Hey, we go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
53.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
That's another Seahawks 1st down.
Now Geno on 1st down. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Smith. Going right back to Fant. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Dolphins' 21-yard line.
Smith throwing again. And, it's incomplete. It would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's Smith. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. Now he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
Middle. Snowball. Hey, a little right. Hey, tree on left.
On 4th down, Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Again, Smith. He'll find Metcalf. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Smith. And he's got it. Into the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Myers connects on the PAT, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
At their own 14-yard line.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. He's going to fire one deep left sideline.
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, you know, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half, but that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think you got a little bit too much air.
And that's caught at the 25. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Geno. This is Fant on the short completion. Calling a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Finding Walker complete. Get him down, but he does reach the 5. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a 1st down.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing again is Smith.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill him for a loss.
13X. Whip.
Now Smith on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, They're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps.
What was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down.
A short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end.
And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A 5-yard pickup. It's now 4th down.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 43 yards.
And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Taken at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down.
He'll look to throw.
Smith and Jigba with a grab.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 4th down.
An audible here to get a new look.
It's 4th down.
Hey, it's a clip.
They're going to go for it. It's Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Cam Smith.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defense.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Once again, it's Mostert. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Here's Tua.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
Go ahead. 32 stand.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
The tackle made by Boye Mafe.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Raheem Mostert.
43 yards.
And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0.
Seahawks nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at the 20.
Check 58.
Now Geno. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. He'll buy some time right.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Lockett, the motion man right. And they'll run. It's Ken Walker.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Here's Smith. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Jalen Phillips able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And this returnable for Hill.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 32-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. One of the best of the last decade or so, Bobby Wagner in to bring him down. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Tua going to throw.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
ready. All right, fellas, listen up.
From the gun, a run with Mostert.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Tua. And that will be incomplete.
Coverage is awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go, hey.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Smith. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
13.
Now Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They snap it to Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
No receivers open, so he was forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Here's 3rd and 7. They hand it off to Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his second touchdown here in this first half. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Hey, here we go.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. To the right side, incomplete to Metcalf. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Running left is Walker. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Out quickly here to Smith and Jigba. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
If you're a wide receiver and they call a screen pass, you're counting on some people being out in front of you blocking. But that play was well diagnosed by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. And they got there and swarmed and finished off the play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
14 yards. That's good for a Seahawks first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Smith. And that is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ken Walker, 46 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and through by Myers. And they'll cut the lead to 17-7.
touchdown. Here's Myers to boot it away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone, because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 54 yards.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Sanders on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Seahawks 7. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
DJ Dallas to return it from his end zone.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 1st and 10, Smith. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Waste of time.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Daytona. 53, 53. 49, flip it off, 49. Here we go, son.
He'll drop to throw.
Smith and Jigba with a grab.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safety 5 yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Indy. Hey, let's go Wednesday, on Wednesday. Check 58. So what's up?
Throwing again is Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Hey, Tony. Hey, go flip her up. Tell what's up?
Back to throw, Smith. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down, and that will close the gap down to 14. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. A first down run there by Mostert as he'll get this forward for a gain of about 3.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. In motion comes the tight end left. 2nd and 10. Smith again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Throwing is Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
Line.
On 4th down, Smith.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
With how the coverage was positioned, up was about the only spot the quarterback had to try and deliver that pass. Just put a little too much height on it. Incomplete.
On 2nd down, Mostert
Running right through him. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game.
92 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert.
Now he's loose again.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Raheem Mostert.
41 yards.
And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
22 yards there, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
That'll be caught by Bobo. And he is going to lose yardage here. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
At the 41-yard line.
Now Geno.
Open man, there's Bobo.
And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down. To the air again, Smith. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Credit the secondary, credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Next.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
A 57-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Get to the line!
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 33 yards that time.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Hey, come on, 2.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Seahawks 13. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This taken in right around the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL